What is up, guys? Welcome back, or welcome to Running for Views. Today we're going to talk about training for the mountains while in flat places. But before I get into that, did you know that 89% of you aren't subscribed? Hit that subscribe button or you're gonna run an ultra that has no elevation. You want all the pain of an ultra with none of the views? Just do it! Just kidding. Please subscribe. Thank you. Now, I've been receiving a lot of comments lately about people asking me how they can train for an ultra marathon, a mountainous ultra marathon, without living in the mountains. You might be thinking that if you don't live near any hills or mountains or anything, that you might never be able to run an ultra marathon, and that just is not true. Anyone can actually run an ultra marathon in the mountains and perform well while not living in the mountains themselves. So today we're going to talk about 5 things that'll make you a mountain runner without living in the mountains. Let's get into them. Number 1, get faster. Now this might seem a little vague, just be faster. It's not that hard, right? But the faster you are, the better of a mountain runner you will be. So the faster you are, the higher your VO2 max will be, which means that you'll be able to push yourself harder on these uphills. And some of the best mountain athletes in the world are training for the mountains without even actually ever setting foot in them. So one example of this is Grayson Murphy. So for anyone who doesn't know who Grayson Murphy is, she's a track athlete who's been dabbling in trail for the last few years. She made it to the World Trail Series last year and a year before that. So even though she's a track athlete, she is also a mountain athlete. So last year in Innsbruck, Austria, she came in first in the classic mountain race. And she came in third at the vertical kilometer. So here's what a Koros article had to say about her training before the race. It might be surprising to learn that prior to racing, Grayson only did 1 trail workout during her entire training cycle, and it was on the day that she left for Austria. The rest of her workouts were road and track intervals. 1 singular trail workout before she won a bronze medal and a gold medal at the World Trail Championships. So this just proves if you're fast and at least comfortable running on trails, that you can do very, very well at mountain running. This means that you'll need to be doing fartleks and tempo runs at least once a week in your training before you get into your race. If you want a training plan that you can follow to help you get faster, I'll link the Some Work All Play podcast's 6-week speed building plan below so that you can check it out and see if that would help you get faster. Now keep in mind that getting a lot faster is good if you are running a shorter race or a race that doesn't have very much elevation. But if you're getting ready to run a 50 kilometer to 100 mile mountain ultra, here's how you can do that. Number 2, strength. Strength is what you can do. Add in strength with getting faster and you'll be ready to take on any mountain out there. So for strength, you're gonna wanna start with non-weighted exercises. So this means that you'll be doing squats, lunges, and step-ups. These are the 3 exercises that I would focus on. Then when you get comfortable doing these, so comfortable means that you're doing 3 sets of each of these exercises with 10 reps per set, then you can start adding weight. So in my opinion, the bigger the booty, the more power you'll have going uphill. So it's best if you start strength training before your season starts, during your off season, and then carrying it in to your actual training plan. But if you're already into your training plan, into your training schedule, it's not too late to start doing strength. Just make sure that you're introducing strength very slowly, very methodically into your training. So for example, this would be just one set of 10 reps of each of those 3 exercises: squats, lunges, and step-ups. And maybe just do this 2 times a week to start. Then you can gradually add reps, gradually increase the amount of sets that you're doing until you're able to start adding weight. And if you never want to add weights to these exercises, that's completely fine too. You do not need to add weight. Number 3, treadmill. This is probably the best way to practice for hills while living in flat places. A lot of athletes that are even living in the mountains can't train for a lot of the year because the mountains are covered in snow. So they're running on a treadmill to train for ultras for half of the year. So if you have a gym membership or if you have a treadmill at your house, you can do a treadmill workout before, during, or after your run. So I would personally recommend doing your run and then maybe ending your run at the gym and then hopping on that treadmill and starting your hill workout. Some of the best hill workouts that you can do on a treadmill is a 15% incline tempo run that lasts anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes. So you'll want to be in that zone 3 to zone 4 heart rate range and really just be pushing yourself. So the best way to add this workout in is to do it as a second workout later in the day. So you'll be running during the morning, just your normal run, and then in the afternoon, you can go to the gym and do this treadmill workout. Another thing that you can do on the treadmill is set it at 8% and then do hill strides on the treadmill. So these are done directly after running for the day. So like I said, you'll want to end your workout on the treadmill. So you'll set the treadmill to 8%, you'll do 30 seconds at zone 4 heart rate pace, and then you're going to set it for 1 minute flat. So you'll do 1 minute flat, just walking or jogging pace, put it back at 8%, do 30 seconds at 4 heart rate zone, and then put it back down, and do that 4 to 10 times. So to start out, you're gonna wanna do it 4 times, and then as the weeks go on, you can increase it until you get to 10. Don't do more than 10, you don't need to. But yeah, you could do this maybe 3 times a week, and this will be a great aerobic stimulus to just help increase that aerobic capacity that you're gonna be working for to get you up those mountains during an ultra. So lastly, you could just hop on a treadmill and do your entire workout on that treadmill for the day. So long run, easy run, speed run, you can do any of these runs on a treadmill. And then you can just add in hills as you go along in your workout. So a cool thing about doing treadmill workouts is that you're able to mimic your race's elevation exactly. So maybe you don't have a treadmill that goes to like 30% incline, but if you just do the race's elevation profile, like let's say it says your first climb of the race is 3,000 feet, then you can do 3,000 feet of climbing on the treadmill, and then for the downhill, just set it back to 0, and then run as long as you need to on that 0. Maybe try to make it a little bit faster so that you're pushing yourself like you would be on a downhill during a race. Then you can continue doing this for as long as your long run is. Number 4, stair repeats. These are a great way to get an uphill workout in without ever having to leave your town. Well, in most cases. So to find stairs, you could go to a high school stadium, you can go to an apartment building, a high rise, or even the stairs in your own house are fine too. Just any kind of stairs that you can find that gets you any amount of elevation gain. And then also, like I said, if you do have a gym workout, you can do the stair mill or the stair climber where the stairs come down and you have to keep going up and up and up. But yeah, if you have even just 10 stairs near anywhere you live, that can be enough to get you ready to run hills during an ultra. So basically just find the most amount of stairs that you can find and then run that in zone 4 heart rate pace. And then if it's just a short amount of stairs, like 15 stairs and below, you can skip stairs, so you could go 2 stairs at a time, and that will really get your heart pumping. So this is also a great way to get some downhill stimulus as well. There's not a lot of treadmills that have a downhill function, but stairs do. So run down the stairs as fast as you can and really just focus on getting that shock to your quads that you'll feel during that ultra race. So Jasmin Paris, who is the first woman to ever finish the Barkley Marathons, said that she used the stair mill or stair climber in her gym about 3 times a week. So what she would do is she would just hop on it and then go until she hit 1,000 meters or 3,000 feet and just see how fast she could do it. So this is a great way to just smash your legs and get your quads ripped. Also, the tallest mountain in Edinburgh, where Jasmin lives, is only 800 feet tall. And she said that sometimes she would do 12 hours of hill repeats on this 800-foot hill. That's crazy. Number 5, travel to the mountains. When all else fails, head to the mountains. So if I were you, about 6 to 8 weeks before your ultra, I would just go to the mountains and do as much elevation as I could possibly do during the amount of time that you have in the mountains. So for example, I'm doing UTMB this year, and I live in a place, Nice, France, that has a lot of huge mountains. But I'm still going to travel to a place that has bigger mountains because I want to be ready for the UTMB race. I want to train on mountains that have a similar terrain and similar elevation as UTMB does. So this could mean that maybe you go to a training camp that your race puts on, or just a training camp in general in the mountains, or just travel to the nearest hill you can find and just do hill repeats on that for as long as possible. You could also take a weekend trip or just do your long run in the mountains if you have mountains anywhere close to you. So you can also do a B race or a prep race before your A goal race, but if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I'm not a huge fan of those. But if you do live in a place that's just flat as a pancake, you might need to go to a place that has a little bit of elevation before your race. So there you have it, the 5 ways to train for mountains in flat places. There are lots of professional trail runners who are training for ultras, mountain ultras, without even setting foot on mountains, hills, or even on trails. So there are definitely ways for you to be the best athlete that you can be without living in the mountains. But what do you guys think? How do you train for mountains in flat places? Let me know in the comments and I will answer any questions that you have down there as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and if you liked the video, smash that like button, because 1 like equals 1 more foot of elevation that'll grow outside your house.